Dragon Ball Z Kai versus Dragon Ball Z. We've all heard the reviews. We've all know that fanboys will say Dragon Ball Z, it's the best. I'm not here to disagree or agree with either one of the sides of the debate. Whether I think Dragon Ball Z Kai is the definitive Kai or if Dragon Ball Z is the definitive Z. What I'm here to talk about is just my own opinions about it. What I think about the whole thing. First off, I think Dragon Ball Z Kai is alright. I mean, there's parts, yeah, like they edited a lot of the violence and stuff, but if you're watching the show just for the violence, there's something wrong with you. But I just think Dragon Ball Z Kai is a good thing. I mean, it's getting kids more interested in Dragon Ball Z, which is gonna get in the news, gonna get in the media, and I mean, I just don't see the problem with it. Now, saying that, I know everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, just let me send you a link to this, and this. What's wrong?" And I'm not talking about the tunes I edited, the Nicktoons edit, just the DVD, just uncut, nothing wrong, just how it is. The wording is just the dialogue is just so much better than the original dub. But there are things I do miss. I mean, some things from it are just I don't know, they're just missing. Like I feel I think in Dragon Ball Z what a lot of people really like about it is that you just feel more connected to the characters. In Dragon Ball Z Kai, everything's like really rushed. They cut all the filler, and I don't think you have that attachment to the characters anymore. I mean, just seeing like even Gohan. I mean, I'm not a Gohan fan. I really don't like Gohan. I like Future Gohan, but whatever. But you don't see him like really grow up and become a warrior. There's just one episode where Piccolo says, "You're here for 6 months, and if you can survive, I'll train you." Piccolo. But I mean, one episode later, he's already been surviving. Well, actually, I think there's two, because you see him transform into a great ape. But whatever. I mean, you don't really see him grow into a warrior. But in Dragon Ball Z, with all the filler, whatever, I'm not saying it's like the greatest, but you see Gohan like grow up and survive on his own, and I just think that maybe what's wrong with Dragon Ball Z Kai is that you just lose that connection with your characters. It's kind of like how if you watch Dragon Ball, I mean you had that connection to Goku, Krillin, characters that just really developed as time went on. But in Dragon Ball Z, I mean, I don't know. I know I'm just rambling now, but it just really seems like you are connected to the characters in Z, but not in Kai. Let's see. I just don't know. I mean, I'm glad they came up with Kai. I mean, I had I was actually introduced to the series a lot later. When I was a sophomore in high school, I wasn't making fun of my friend about watching. I thought, okay, just a bunch of people that can turn their hair gold and whatever. I just kind of just gave him crap for it. And now if I wasn't recording on my computer, I show you I have like all these DVDs, 4 Dragon Boxes, GT, all the movies, whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'm just glad to see Kai. I mean, it gave me a rejuvenation for the series because I started growing tired of it. I mean, once you've seen it all, it's for me personally, it's just hard to go back and watch something over again when you've already seen it. I mean, that's where the filler gets kind of old. The first time I saw it through, I didn't really mind so much. I mean, I was kind of glad there were maybe a few filler episodes because I really wasn't wanting the series to end, but yeah. So I am glad they got back. So I am disappointed though because I'm not. We don't know for sure if they're gonna go to the Majin Buu saga. I don't like Buu, like any Buu. Well, Super Boo's alright, but I do like some of the things that came out of that, like Fusion, Majin Vegeta. You saw Krillin with hair. I mean, you know, seeing bald of the Alter Ball, Dragon Ball and Z. But I really hope they continue and finish the Boo saga. I don't care if they do GT. I doubt they will because they're sticking to the manga and GT wasn't based. Dragon Ball, I also kind of really don't care if they do that. But Z's where it's at for me. So not really much more to say. Uh, I'm glad Kai's here, and I like both Z and Kai. I have attachments to both of them. I mean, Z is what I know I say grow up with, but I've only been watching it for a few years. But I mean, my little kids, like my little brother's watching Kai. I mean, he got really into Dragon Ball. I mean, he was asking me questions like oh like why does you know I kind of was showing him some of Cell, and he's kind of asking what how can Cell like use like the Kamehameha and Makaka Kasafo or Special Cannon, whatever. And I mean, it just gives me something to kind of teach him about now. So like kudos for Kai. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. I've been keeping up with it on Nicktoons because I don't the fifth part doesn't come out till June 7th. So comment whatever. This wasn't the greatest video. I'm really just procrastinating because I don't want to study for my Chinese test. 学中文很烦, but what are you gonna do about it? All right, this has been Brett with his thoughts on why am I talking in third person? With my thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Kai.